So here we are back to the Jaguar water leak again, and we've had pretty much a week of bad weather, and it's been raining, just drizzle, just like a steady drizzle, and this is where we are. So it's not as bad as it might seem, but oh dear, look, I'm bathing again. I mean, not kidding. I mean, that's pretty damn stupid, isn't it? That's literally in the space of about 4 days worth of just drizzly on and off rain, and that's the amount of water that's collected at the back there. So those of you that have watched my previous videos will know that this is the area that I've been concentrating on, and I haven't thing is, I haven't been able to get the car under cover, I haven't been able to get it warmed up to actually just coat this over with the seam sealer. But this isn't where it's been leaking from to cause all this. So I've turned the car around, so the car is now facing uphill. It's facing up my driveway. I've had it facing down the driveway, and that's when it started leaking through these areas here. But I always knew that I had water leaking in from the front of the footwell area. So just to give you an idea, that's obviously the dash. That's where we are. And if you zoom in into this corner, this is the bonnet release lever, and you'll see right back into this corner, right back in here, there's like a V section. It's the body itself, and I always knew that right back in there, I'm going to see if I can get the torch in there and get the camera, because it's really hard to get to, but right back, I still can't see it, come on. Not sure I can get the camera quite low enough. Right back in there, if that's in focus, you can just see like a black dot right at the back, and I can see that it's absolutely soaking wet. And there's another one slightly over to that side there, which you might just be able to see in there, that is all wet. I don't know whether that's actually in focus or not. Torch has just moved. Oh, get that back in there. But I had a garage guy go through, and he resealed the outer side of that bulkhead area about a year ago, and I thought, oh well, probably fairly safe now that that's done. But these, but I kind of guessed that it was still happening. And what he did then, if I just open up the bonnet. Need to clean the leaves off. Obviously all of this section just lifts off, but down through here, so the rain effectively, well, that's lucky. I promise you I do actually clean this off quite regularly, but we've got a tree there and trees all the way around us, and it does quite quickly build up with debris. So the water should run down through this scuff panel here, but there is no tube for it. So all that happens, because it's an aluminium car, the water just basically just runs down the outside of the bulkhead basically, and then goes straight the way down, but goes straight the way down and basically comes out at some point under here. It's just under there somewhere, if I remember correctly. And clearly what's happening, when the car is on the level, no water is getting into the passenger compartment at all. So the water is clearly running down through there and running down and out with no problem at all. When the car is facing uphill, the water is obviously following its own trail and flowing back underneath the bulkhead, and that's where I'm getting that problem in there. So I'm not too upset. I know that the guy who I took the car to a year ago, I know that he comprehensively stripped out the old seam sealer from the outside and pasted fresh seam sealer back on where he could see. But of course you can't account for what is around the corner. And I'm pretty certain that the water is just running like it was on the door sill from here, running on the inside of this section, and then sort of like falling through when the car was facing the other way. The same thing's happening at the front. So I think what I'm going to do is I have to wait until I've got a garage door on. I mean, we've just had a lot of work done to the garage that was falling down, and That's only going to be a few weeks, and I think then I will get the car inside, dry it all out properly, and then take it from there and start sealing it all down. But I can't get it anywhere at the moment undercover that's going to provide me with a chance to actually work on it in dry. But there we go. So that's where we are. Bit of a disaster. I'm just going to go through so I can get rid of some of this moisture. But as you can see, that's literally just in these last 4 days, utterly soaked. And yes, I could put a car cover on it. I don't like car covers on. I don't like the car covers when it's, you know, a bit windy, because with the best will in the world, you've got any dirt on the car that gets trapped between the paintwork and the cover, and it just scratches. I know what's causing this now. I know that it was down to this section here when the car was facing downhill, and that section there. The only thing that does worry me is that that's two areas of seam sealer on this passenger side that have both gone. How much more seam sealer is going to be dodgy and cracking up? I mean, am I going to have to worry about the driver's side? I mean, I have been looking at it and I haven't seen anything wrong with it so far. I haven't seen anything wet. I've been looking in the boot and I can't see anything going there. But I mean, if this had a dodgy batch of seam sealer, or if it's just dried and you know, gotten hot and expanded and then contracted in the cold and so on, whether that's the score, am I going to have to go through the whole damn thing? And that is really not a very nice thought, that really this is going to be an ongoing problem as the car gets older. So I think I'm going to have to make as good a job of this area here as I can, and just try and ensure that's not going to happen again. And in this front part I've just shown you, I'm literally going to put a big wodge of seam sealer on the inside, and then get the car up on a stand and see if I can approach from underneath through the actual drain hole with a spy camera, and see if I can do it from there as well. And just I mean, it can't be that bloody hard, can it? Really? It is what it is. The problem is going down through the bonnet is the access, even with that plastic cover off. I mean, it's not an easy access. You still have to take other component parts out to get to it, and even then it's like an arm's stretch. It'd be far easier if you go underneath it and go up. There doesn't seem to be the space there to do it. It's such a tight sort of piece of angle. Right, that's basically got rid of most of that. I'll get the dehumidifier back in here. It's generally stopped raining right for the moment, but I can't believe that there's that much water in here again. I'm just so grateful I hadn't actually started to put anything back. And I lifted this up and that has gotten wet. That's actually dripping again, but that won't, I mean, if I leave that in the air over the weekend, hopefully that will, and get the dehumidifier in, that will dry out naturally again. But it's so annoying. Anyway, till next time.